Hi everyone, welcome. So I'm going to continue doing pot swap. So in preparation of the fall, I want to do all my potting and transferring, obviously before the weather gets cold. I really actually don't know if that's the reason why people start repotting uh, in preparation of the fall, but that's what I'm hearing in a lot of my channels that I follow. But also because it's definitely better to pot when it's not so hot. So this is my Margaret Rose, and hopefully the recording will be successful today because it's so humid today. At least for me, it's like anywhere almost 80% humidity today, and it rained earlier today, and now I see that the sun's peeking out, but it's super hot, so I have a fan like running by me. I'm outside, I have an outdoor fan. Hopefully it won't affect my recording, but excuse me. Anyway, so this is my Margaret Rose. um, it's in this cute little panda pot. I love it, but it's gotten big. So I want to transfer this out of the pot into another clay pot. And once again, it's the same clay pot that I use. I have like 1,000 of these. I keep buying them because I really do like them. And hopefully I can get this one out of the pot. I don't want to hurt it. I don't even know what to use. It's very tight in here. And this is one of the reasons why, like, as much as I love these cute little pots, and they're great for like succulents when I buy them in a those 2-inch nursery pots. It's great, except when I have to repot it because it's outgrown the pot. It's just really hard, and I'm almost afraid that I'm gonna hurt the roots because it's doing so well. And then when I repot it, I'm just afraid that I might hurt the roots, and it's just gonna start dropping leaves, and it's kind of like, you gotta restart and it's like almost like a do-over, and then, yeah, I don't want to ever have to do that, but, and then of course, then there's always that chance that you might hurt one of the leaves and it's gonna drop, and there's, just a whole slew of reasons. But these little pots are super cute. I do have some propagation that I want to pop in here. Let's see, let's check out the soil. It did well in here. As you can see, you'll see a lot of broken roots because I just broke them, obviously. It's so terrible. But yeah, it did well in here. I'm just looking at the soil to make sure there isn't any kind of pests in here or whatnot. So yeah, it did really well. I mean, yeah, I had no reason to think otherwise because, the succulent looks great. It's very healthy. It's grown a lot, and these are all just roots. So they get all like stuck to the side of the pot. And of course I broke them all, but I'm gonna believe that it's gonna do just as well in the other pot. So I don't think, well, I already broke all the leaves. I don't know if I should. Yeah. This is where like the whole like repotting videos, repotting procedure, I don't know what you call it, is, I don't really know, because I know that, someone actually asked me in made a comment in one of my videos about like the soil mixture, why I put so many rocks or gravel in it, and I actually don't know. I mean, I have tried all different kinds of mixes. I have actually tried um, potting soil. I mean, as far as I know, um, the potting mix. I mean, I don't think it really uh, matters that much. I really think it's about the environment that you're in. So as far as I know, potting soil just has a lot of like nutrients, so that if you're trying to, if you're, it really depends on your goal, right? If you're trying to grow your succulents to make them get bigger, if that is your goal, then potting soil might be a great choice. But if your goal is to really not necessarily have these get so big, but if the goal is to just keep them in a decent, like, smaller size, and then on top have them color up quicker, then the best thing for you to do is to keep them in small pots, and keep them in well draining mix. I think the rocks that I see a lot of these international channels, and I've said it in one of my other previous videos. I don't think it matters what kind of rock you use. I mean, I've used lava rock, I've used gravel, I've used coarse sand. I've used like just kind of pretty much whatever is available online for me. And I don't think it really makes a difference. I mean, for me, I think it's mostly just a soil to rock ratio. Um, like I said in one of my previous videos, I think that's the more important sort of part in the whole like mix. As far as why they use the rocks, I think it's just to. I mean, that's just like my like guess. I think it's to like mimic their natural environment, right? A lot of these like succulents are native to like mountains. They grow in between rocks. They grow, in a very rocky area. I think that's their like sort of nature, where they come from. So I think the rocks in the soil is just to mimic their natural environment as much as we can, so then they can grow, healthy. I think that's what it really is. I can't be, I can't be too sure, but that's my guess. And my sucking is a little crooked right now. It's a little, I want to center it. But yeah, that's my guess. So the soil mix, I mean, and also the reason why I like follow the advice of a lot of these international channels is because of the sort of the weather, right? So I just started growing these outside this spring, and I've never done that before. And one of the biggest reason is that a lot of the succulents I was growing inside, they were just getting super leggy, and it was just getting really ugly. It was tipping over. It was reaching for the sun. Just like no matter how much I sort of put it in the sunniest window, it was still getting very leggy. So then that's when I started sort of like looking for more information as to how I can grow these succulents to um, remain as beautiful as they like when you first purchase them. Like when you first purchase them in a little pot, they look great, and soon after they start getting like super leggy, and they start sorry, I think just making sure these, I feel like it's a little shaky. But yeah, just making, you know, how do you keep them in the original form? So I started looking around for more information on that, and environment is like obviously the biggest factor. And even though I thought I was putting them in the sunniest window, it just wasn't sunny enough. And then lo and behold, the bigger like issue was circulation. So apparently they need a lot of circulation, um, and that also prevents them from getting leggy. And if you pot them in regular potting soil, a lot of the potting soil mixes have like what do you call them? What do you call those? Oh my goodness, I can't, fertilizers in them too. So apparently, if you fertilize them too much in the potting soil, it just has too many nutrients. Then it's like a perfect, and on top you have no circulation or very poor circulation. It's like the perfect environment for them to get like super leggy. Yes, so as I was saying, that's the reason why I started growing these outside. I wanted to prevent it from getting super leggy. I wanted to keep them in their original form, grow them as, and as I mentioned in a lot of my previous videos, I liked succulents in this rosette format. I would like to keep it in the round, tight rosette format. I think that's how they're supposed to look, and I love how that looks. Although I do have a lot of succulents that have long stems, but they still, like the top of the face is still a round rosette. And of course I have other kinds that are not necessarily rosette shape either, but I am beginning to appreciate them a lot more. My taste and has evolved, I want to say. So yeah, so I mean that's the reason why I started growing them outside, and the reason why I use a lot more rocks in my soil mix. As I mentioned, I have other plants that are sitting in regular potting soil as well, and that's sort of like my test, right? Like you watch a lot of things in these channels to give you a lot of information, but you don't really know if that, you know, if any of that is really true until you experience it for yourself. And that's really just sort of my journey, and that's what I'm trying to sort of find out on my own, because at the end of the day, everybody's environment is different. So, yeah, so that is basically the reason why I've started logging my daily sort of activity with my succulents. Okay, so here it is. I think it's beautiful. Um, I love how it looks. Hopefully it'll make a good home in this new pot. And I have a lot of things, a lot of noise going over my head right now. So I will have to say bye for now. Thanks for watching. Bye now.